York. Number 3, Malkeet Singh Gill. A 3.0 freshman from Southbury, Connecticut. Number 10, Jack McGuire. 4.0 senior from Elmont, New York. Number 22, Chris St. Remy. And finally, a 2.5 senior from Queens, New York. Number 24, Roger Shelton. CUNY is led by their head coach, Ryan Martin, and program assistant director, Alyssa Gunther. And now the starting lineup for the Whitewater Warhawks. A 2.0 freshman from St. Joseph, Missouri. Number 2, Caleb Roach. A 1.5 senior from Rockford, Illinois. Number 4, Cameron Poole. A 3.0 sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 11, Jamie Stanford. A 3.0 junior from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Number 24, AJ Fitzpatrick. And finally, a 4.0 freshman from New Lenox, Illinois. Number 45, Zachary Grecky. The Warhawks are led by head coach Jake Williams and assistant coaches Ben Kaiser, Edward Roche, and Giovanni Katawi.
Good evening and welcome to the 2025 National Wheelchair Basketball Tournament. Tonight we have a matchup between University of Wisconsin-Whitewater and City University of New York. Alana Delgado here with my partner Jeremy Lade as the tip-off begins. Warhawks possession.
I'm interested to see the energy in this game. Both teams are in this game because of a loss. That can always be difficult to bounce back from. But if there's one thing worse than a loss, it's having 2 losses.
As Zach Gurecki gets the basket.
We're going to see a lot of AJ Fitzpatrick. He's going to draw a lot of pressure. Zach Gurecki able to set that pick. You'll see a lot of pick and roll offense in wheelchair basketball.
Rebound by the Warhawks. Bring it up the court.
Whitewater does a good job of pushing the pace. You're going to see them go in transition a bunch. They're not able to get the layup, but you can see it gets them into their offense early. Caleb Roach with the drive baseline and the nice floater finish.
Transition game will be important for these teams.
Caleb Roche for 2.
CUNY looks a little bit disorganized on their offensive attack. They have 2 people sitting at the free throw line, not necessarily where you're going to be a standard spot for attack. Might be lack of communication there. You want to see them to spread out so they have a place to move the basketball.
Yep.
See Cameron Poole coming down on the right side, a little bit short on that jump shot. But again, this offense is a product of coming in transition. CUNY's kind of on their heels defensively, not ready for the attack that Whitewater's bringing in the half-court set.
Yep. CUNY brings the ball across the court. Roger Shelton looking for somebody to feed it to.
And here again, we see a lot of their players bunched up, making it difficult to swing that basketball. If you don't get some passes in your offense, the defense doesn't have to make any decisions. They don't have to make any shifts, and you're not going to catch them making mistakes.
Shot clock running down here. Not able to get the shot off. CUNY.
St. Remy, number 22 for CUNY, is a prolific shooter. He's a great scorer. They're going to have to find a way to get him some open looks. Whitewater doing a good job of putting some defensive pressure on him.
AJ Fitzpatrick feeding Zach Gurecki.
Zachary Grecky for 2.
We're going to see a steady dose of that pick and roll. Ryan Martin calling a timeout. I'm sure he's over there saying, hey, we know that we're going to jump AJ Fitzpatrick. We have to bring the help defender. 2 plays so far, they haven't brought the help defender.
And as the Warhawks jump out to a 6-0 lead.
What would you say to that freshly injured veteran looking to get involved in adaptive sports?
I found my outlet through wheelchair basketball.
A lot of us are used to, having weapons in the military. Now at Formax, it's our new M16.
It's our new battle buddy. Once they find a chair that suits them, anything's possible.
When you understand the ins and outs of a chair or your weapon, you're unstoppable.
We are back as CUNY brings the court. And the Warhawks are up 6-0. The lid has not been able to come off the basket for CUNY. Leading, looking at the top of the key.
Again, we see their offense really bunched up at that free throw line. Coming out of the timeout, I don't know if that's a set play for Ryan, if they're trying to get St. Remy a good look behind that double screen, but right now it just looks bunched up and they don't have any space to move that basketball.
Caleb Roach, top of the three-point line, looking to feed. AJ Fitzpatrick down low. Couldn't find a shot. Back to Caleb Roach. Caleb Roach, no good.
On the flip side, we see Whitewater there with several passes, swinging around, making CUNY play some defense. They weren't able to knock that one down, but that's a good look at a solid offensive set for Whitewater.
We'll see Sal finding down low. No good for the Beavers.
Defensive pressure for Whitewater, really strong right now. They're chair on chair. They're making it difficult for CUNY, and that's what we see in the score.
Ooh, there's a hard foul on AJ Fitzpatrick.
AJ Fitzpatrick, as athletic as they get. He is a Paralympic gold medalist. We see him driving the basket right now, absorbing the contact, pops right back up like nothing happened and going to the free throw line to knock down 2 free throws for him.
Are you liking what you're seeing from the Warhawks on the defensive end as well?
Yeah, defensively, they're really pushing all of the screens out wide. We see a little bit of aggression with their wheelchairs. They know that St. Remy is a really strong threat. They're close to him whenever he has the basketball. So I think their defensive game plan is strong. I also like what they look like on offense. They're moving the basketball, and if not moving the basketball in the half court, they're forcing the issue in transition.
Well put, Jeremy, as the Beavers bring the ball across half court. Feeding Abdul Aziz Sal. He looks for the shot. Up there, no good. Warhawks rebound. Cameron Poole bringing the ball across court. Beating Caleb Roach. Jamie Stanford with the and one.
Jamie Stanford for 2.
The wheelchair is considered part of the body in wheelchair basketball. There was some contact. The defender ran into the back of Jamie Stanford's wheelchair. As he was shooting, he was able to take that contact and finish.
Jamie able to finish the and one.
Jamie Stanford with the 3-point play.
Jamie, one of the many great junior kids coming out of the Cincinnati Dragons program.
Beavers with the ball. 3-point line.
And you can see how close they are to number 22, St. Remy. They know his ability to shoot. What CUNY is going to have to do is pick that pressure when they put all of that pressure on him.
No good for the Beavers and for Chris St. Remy.
A little miscommunication there for Whitewater, trying to be a little bit cute, flipping a rebound. Just make sure you secure it, make sure they're good to go, and then head in transition.
Yep, simple fundamentals. Make sure you do that rebound.
You can see here, you can see the amount of pressure they're giving to St. Remy, not giving him an open look, and that's going to be the defensive game plan for the rest of this game.
And the Beavers have just not been able to even get a shot off, it feels like. Whitewater, AJ Fitzpatrick, the layup. Beavers have just not been able to score.
Wheelchair basketball is a lot about speed and chair skills because you have to get the position. You need the position to set a pick. You need the position to get close enough to the hoop to knock down shots. And right now, Whitewater's really flexing their muscle in terms of chair skills. They're on the offensive chairs of CUNY and making everything difficult.
As Roger Shelton hits nothing but net for the first 2 points for the Beavers. It is 12-2.
We see a back pick here right now. AJ Fitzpatrick making sure CUNY defenders are behind him so they can attack a 5-on-4. Caleb Roach had his head down, didn't see AJ cutting through the paint.
Caleb Roach feeding AJ Fitzpatrick on the other side, on the far right side of the court. AJ Fitzpatrick, no good. AJ Fitzpatrick a second time. Good block on the shot. Beavers recover the ball. Abdul Aziz Sal brings the ball across half court. Looking for somebody to feed it to possibly. Yep, finds on the far base side. For St. Remy, no good. Jack McGuire with the rebound. Nope. Chris St. Remy with 2.
Chris St. Remy for 2.
Able to pick up a loose ball. He was the beneficiary of all of the pressure being put on CUNY, who was in the paint at that time. Unfortunate for Whitewater because up to then they did a good job pressuring him.
Yep. Ball.
There we see St. Remy playing some defense. He was using his foot plate, and he pushed Zach Gorecki off that spot. Can't use your foot plate when you're playing defense. Our great officiating crew right on top of that one.
Foul number 22, Chris St. Remy, his first, team third.
There'll be Whitewater ball on the baseline.
Going to see what set play they run with right now. They have Caleb and AJ extended. Looks like they're going to head into a standard 2-person game. Caleb a little bit sloppy with the basketball, ending up turning it over as CUNY pressures him up top.
Great defensive play by the Beavers as they bring the ball across half court. For St. Remy for 3, it is good.
Chris St. Remy for 3.
He can definitely shoot, and that's one of those swings that frustrates you as a coach. Caleb Roach a little bit sloppy with the basketball on the other side, so you turn it over, and it leads to a 3-point basket for CUNY.
Caleb Roach feeds on the other side to AJ Fitzpatrick for 2.
AJ Fitzpatrick for 2.
We see the Warhawks starting to feel some of that pressure as the lid has come off for the Beavers. They have put up 7 points in the last couple minutes here.
Whitewater looks really consistent right now. Their offense is consistent. They're going in transition. They move the basketball. You know they have a game plan. Same thing with their defensive pressure. CUNY has shown the ability to score, just not doing it consistently.
Bit of a sloppy turnover by the Beavers. Warhawks down low, no good. Beavers ball once again is Abdulaziz Sal. Across half court. Feeds Chris St. Remy. Chris St. Remy again for 3. No good.
You can see the amount of intensity they have when getting to St. Remy. They want to make sure that if he gets the basketball, they are close to him. They're jumping over the top of picks, going around picks, really limiting the amount of time he has to look at the rim.
As we have
Foul number
the
24,
Beavers.
AJ
Beavers ball on the
Fitzpatrick, his first
baseline.
team first.
Will be Roger Shelton inbounding here.
In for CUNY, number 3, Malkeet Singh Gill. For number 10, Jack McGuire.
Look for the Beavers possibly to go to the basket. Nope, feeds them on the outside for St. Remy. Roger Shelton for 2, no good. Warhawks pushing the ball, coming up. Caleb Roach to AJ Fitzpatrick, might have been too strong. Nope, AJ Fitzpatrick able to save it. Jamie Stanford, no good. Aziz Sal with the rebound. Beavers looking to push. Warhawks with good transition defense, able to stop that. Got Roger Shelton feeding down low. Alex Frazier, 4-2.
That's the ball movement they're gonna need to see more of to make Whitewater's defense rotate, go to different people. If they're stagnant on offense, it's easy to defend.
Jamie Stanford feeding Caleb Roach. Caleb Roach swinging it to AJ Fitzpatrick. AJ Fitzpatrick for 2, and it is good.
Fitzpatrick for 2.
CUNY's not going to be able to give him that much room and think AJ's not going to make him pay. That is his shot. They're going to need to jump. They need to get there sooner.
Oh, we got Roger Shelton on the 3-point line. Yeah, it's St. Remy. St. Remy, no good. AJ Fitzpatrick there on the rebound. Warhawks looking to push again. AJ Fitzpatrick feeding Kenny Gonzalez down low. Who finds? No good. Found Zach Gorecki down there, but he was no good.
You will notice the officials, if a player is down, they're going to stop the play if that player is in danger. If that player is not in danger, the play is just going to continue.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that might be referred to as a safety whistle. There,
Safety whistle.
Call. Safety whistle. Beavers ball down. As Malkeet Singh Hill across, gives it back to Roger Shelton. Roger Shelton to St. Remy. St. Remy to Saab. Saab, good ball moving by the Beavers as the shot clock winds down. Game clock, no good. As that is the end of the first quarter. Keep it right here between the Wisconsin Whitewater and the CUNY Beavers.
So JAWS Mental Health Services is pretty unique for a disability services office. It's rare that mental health services are housed within a disability services setting. So what's really nice about that is any JAWS student can access what we have available. And that includes individual therapy. So any JAWS student who is wanting to work individually, usually weekly with a therapist, can sign up for therapy. We also run different support groups and therapy groups. Those offerings vary depending on the semester. I started out wanting to be a teacher, actually an elementary teacher, and then got to graduate school to be a school psychologist, and then realized that I really enjoyed, working with thinking of a disability lens and also working with a higher education population. I think young adulthood is a really unique time.
Welcome back to University of Wisconsin Whitewater versus CUNY. Wisconsin Whitewater up 16-9 against the Beavers. Start of the second quarter.
From a coaching standpoint, you're usually talking about your goals within those 10-minute quarters. I would think Whitewater wants to tighten up defensively. Giving up 9 points to CUNY might be more than they're willing to give up. But CUNY's showing the ability when they move the ball to get a good look at the rim.
The Beavers will look to get off to a hotter start this quarter than they did the last. Down low. St. Remy, no good. It's Patrick with the rebound. Whitewater looking to push again as they did last quarter. Feeding Gorecki down low. Gorecki for 2.
And we look at the quality of shots for each team that we've seen so far. Whitewater using their chair skills, pushing in transition, getting really uncontested, close to the basket shots. And CUNY, CUNY, this is their first easy basket we've seen them knock down.
As St. Remy sinks that for 2. Caleb Roach bringing the ball up. Caleb Roach finding Stanford down low for the and 1.
Stanford for 2.
That was a really athletic play for Jamie. Jamie was able to go get a pass that was behind him. Caleb threw it a little bit behind him. He was able to go get that pass, get some contact, and still focus and finish.
Checking in for CUNY number 10, Jack McGuire.
Stanford is
Jamie
at the
Stanford
line.
for 2.
And 1 was no good. Whitewater with the rebound. AJ Fitzpatrick. AJ Fitzpatrick looking. He's looking. Trying to find somebody possibly down low. Decides to settle for the shot and scores.
That's one of those frustrating things as a coach as well. Whitewater misses the free throw, you got to make sure you secure that rebound. Instead, they give him an offensive rebound that leads to 2 more points for A.J. Fitzpatrick.
Aziz Sal finding Shelton up top. Shelton looking for the shot. No good by Shelton. Rebound by Gorecki. Gorecki brings the ball up court for Whitewater. Looked almost like an intentional foul there by St. Remy. Maybe try to just halt momentum for Whitewater.
Yeah, I think it's a good foul for St. Remy. If you're Zach Gorecki on Whitewater, you want to stay away from that foul because they had a 5-on-3 ahead of them. Don't let him take that foul. That's a smart foul to take because you're basically saying you don't want to give Whitewater a layup at that point.
Yeah.
We see a lineup change here. Whitewater is going to bring in 3 new athletes. We have Noah Simeon, Patrick Gallagher, and Cameron Poole coming into the game.
AJ Fitzpatrick finding Simeon. Side back to AJ Fitzpatrick. AJ Fitzpatrick for 2. AJ Fitzpatrick has been on fire.
AJ Fitzpatrick for 2.
He has that ability. What really set up that shot is, again, that ball movement, making the defense follow the basketball. Whether they're following it with their eyes or their chairs, it makes it difficult to guard when the ball moves.
It almost seems as though Whitewater's offense is running entirely through AJ Fitzpatrick as St. Remy for 3. No good. Jack McGuire with the rebound, the offensive rebound, back to St. Remy. St. Remy finding Aziz Sal. Hello. Aziz Sal settling for the shot. No good. Couldn't clank it in there.
Whitewater's defensive pressure is just not letting CUNY take any shots. None of their casters, none of their wheels are from in the paint. Everything is difficult and contested.
AJ Fitzpatrick down to Gorecki again. And AJ Fitzpatrick found another good opportunity for Whitewater to score. And just as I said, I believe it almost looks like Wisconsin Whitewater's offense is running through Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, you will see that a lot in wheelchair basketball. They're going to have a primary ball handler just like you would any other basketball game, whether it's your point guard. But when you have a player like AJ, he can score with his speed. He can score with a post-up, mid-range. You'll see him knock down some threes. There's no reason not to run your offense through AJ.
St. Hill is good for 2 for the Beavers. AJ Fitzpatrick once again with the ball. Seems to be, lost it just for a second there. Beavers, St. Remy was able to poke it away for a second. Fitzpatrick takes a shot for the 3, heads inside, feeds Simeon. Simeon with a good look, and down, nothing but nets.
And that's all run through AJ as well. So CUNY had to bring a help defender over there because they jumped over the top of the screen, which if they didn't bring the help defender, then Zach Gorecki rolls in for a layup. But Noah Simeon had the wherewithal to take the lane when the help defender left him and get in the layup.
Shelton down low, fed by Aziz Sal, no good. Gets his own rebound. McGuire back up, no good. Rebound by Gallagher. Like it was a foul there. Beavers.
Patrick Gallagher is a low post presence. He had 24 points in Whitewater's first game, had a really solid game in their last game against University of Texas Arlington, showing that his height is something formidable.
Gallagher will take the inbound.
We see Whitewater here using their chair skills. They're going to backpick the defender Shelton, and they're going to attack 5-on-4.
Gorecki, Gallagher to Gorecki down low, and he hits it. I don't believe CUNY means to leave the lane wide open there, but it's almost like Whitewater is just able to find a perfect open lane for an easy 2 points.
Well, CUNY is down a defender in that situation because of the backpick. They have to communicate who the threats are. Zach Gorecki is not the person you want shooting that one. They should have been helping from a different spot.
AJ Fitzpatrick brings the ball up for Whitewater. Gallagher trailing. Gallagher leaking out to the side. He finds Gallagher down low. Blocked by St. Remy. Back up. No good. St. Remy brings the ball up the court for the Beavers. Looking to set something up. Zisao tries to set him a pick. That's St. Gill setting him. Screen. AJ Fitzpatrick with the knock away and the steal. He will score with an easy 2 points.
AJ Fitzpatrick showing that he does a little bit of everything. He jumped the passing lane there, not only to get a hand on the ball, chase down the pass that he tipped, and then come down on the other end. Nice fundamental bounce stop and finishing that layup.
We have a timeout here on the court.
RGK Wheelchairs and Sunrise Medical have been honoring athletes for over 40 years. This commitment drives us to continually innovate and stay ahead in the game. We believe that imitation is the highest form of flattery, and we take pride in being recognized.
Welcome back. After the previous timeout, we are back with the Beavers bringing the ball up the court. Wisconsin Whitewater 30, CUNY Beavers 13. About 4 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Mishandled by the Beavers. AJ Fitzpatrick on the ball, wasn't able to secure it. Zisao, Shelton outside, finding Frazier. Excuse me, Lance Lee.
Lance Lee making his first appearance in the game. Waiting for the official's call. Looked like he was trying to fit through a hole that he didn't fit through. That's what the official called it as a defensive foul.
Foul number 2, Alex Frazier, his first team fourth.
Inbound to Simeon back to Fitzpatrick. Catch a three. No good. Aziz with the rebound. Whitewater, great job getting back on transitional defense. Set it up. Aziz
That's what we'd like to see CUNY do a little bit more in transition, is really force the issue so Whitewater isn't set up when they're getting there on their offensive attack.
Beavers able to find Sing Gill down low for an easy two. Just as you were saying, the Beavers trying to get back in transitional defense, forcing Whitewater set something up, but AJ Fitzpatrick just finds himself down low again for another easy 2 points.
It looks like AJ Fitzpatrick is kind of doing it all in that spot. Xavier Ray came in and he used his chair so that the defender couldn't get to AJ. So it was really a team effort. They're going in transition, they're picking for each other, really kind of getting everything they want on the offensive end.
Esau down low, like a shooting foul. As Aziz will head to the line. Like foul was on 23, Xavier Ray for the Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks.
Foul number 23, Xavier Ray, his first.
Aziz's first foul shot. No
Team
good.
first.
Thanks off the rim.
Abdulaziz So at the free throw line.
We see CUNY here giving up the rebound, knowing that Whitewater's done a great job of backpicking, and they just want some defenders back.
Aziz able to interfere enough with Fitzpatrick as the referees call it off of Fitzpatrick. Beavers ball down low.
And I apologize conceding the rebound. I didn't think the shooter was going to get his own rebound.
Yeah. It almost seemed like he hustled in right after he missed the shot. He hustled in there right away. You can, as a shooter, get a feel for where that ball is going. He did just enough there to interfere with Fitzpatrick's attempt at the rebound. Shelton up top. Shelton feeding to McGuire. McGuire with the shot. No good. Fitzpatrick there on the rebound again. Bringing the ball up the court, trying to force the issue again. Working his way inside. No good this time. Xavier Ray with rebound up the ball. Gallagher. Oh. Beavers with another foul. It'll be St. Remy. Looked like he interfered a little bit too much with Gallagher there. Anything you saw there, Jeremy, on that possession that could have been cleaned up a little bit by the Warhawks?
Well, I thought AJ pushed the pace really well. He looked over at the referee on that missed layup. I think he probably had some contact in that spot. At times, referees are going to miss some stuff. But I really like to see every single play they are pushing the pace and opening up the floor and making it hard for CUNY to guard him.
Gallagher missing his first free throw. Second free throw is good. It will be those fouls that I believe the Beavers just can't afford to have at this point. You know, you're giving Gallagher, who I don't believe he was even attempting a shot, but they foul him, and ultimately he gets to go to the free throw. He gets to go to the free throw line and gets essentially 3 points. You know.
And that's a reflection of that Whitewater attack that we were talking about. There's just constant pressure with their speed, with their chair skills, and it's exhausting, both mentally and physically. And you see CUNY putting them to the free throw line in a spot that, as a coach, you don't want to see that.
Finding Gallagher down low was Stanford. Gallagher good for 2.
Patrick Gallagher for 2.
Ziso inbounding the ball. It will be Shelton bringing it up for the Beavers. Shelton back to Ziso. Ziso looking like will look for a shot, and it's good. Good for 2.
I like that shot selection. It was clean. There wasn't a bunch of defensive pressure. He had time to take a look at it.
Simeon bringing the ball up past half-court line. Looking for Gallagher down low. Gallagher with 2. There was 2 players open. I'm not sure if Gorecki was setting that up for Gallagher. It almost looked like Gorecki was looking for the ball as well there.
And what a great pass by Noah Simeon over the top of the defense. The only person that could catch it was Patrick Gallagher.
Shelton looking for 2, gets it.
Roger Shelton for 2.
Been a bit of back and forth the last couple minutes between the Beavers and Warhawks. Again, the Warhawks still up 37-21 with about a minute 20 left to go at the half. Simeon finds Gorecki down low, hits him for 2 points.
Gorecki for 2.
Shot selection, shot quality, just 2 different things for these teams right now. It feels like Whitewater, everything is in the paint. Everything's coming off a transition. CUNY comes down with a shot in the paint of their own.
Abdulaziz So for 2.
So it was Shelton who initially found So down low. He gets the and 1.
You had mentioned about everything feeling like it runs through A.J. Fitzpatrick. He's certainly their leader. He's going to handle the ball a lot on offense. He's also a leader on the defensive end. So far, the last couple of possessions, it's a little bit less intense defensively, and that could be because of the score, or we see A.J. Fitzpatrick getting a break on the bench right now.
And a turnover. Just as you were saying, it almost feels like with Fitzpatrick in, turnovers like that were not happening. Not that they're occurring consistently for the Warhawks, but you didn't see that at all when Fitzpatrick was out there. So just a careless turnover by the Warhawks there. Shelton finding Ziso to no good. Gallagher on the rebound. Gallagher bringing the ball up the court for the Warhawks. Maybe looking for a shot to the left. He will, and it is good.
Patrick Gallagher for 2.
More points in the paint for UW Whitewater coming off of pushing in transition.
As the clock winds down here, Shelton finds Frazier, but offensive foul on the Beavers.
That's a tough way to end the half. Instead of you getting a look, now Whitewater's going to have 5 seconds to run a play and hopefully get a clean one to end this half.
Frazier inbound. Warhawks looking, nope, turnover. And that is the half as University of Wisconsin, Whitewater Warhawks are up 41 against CUNY Beavers 23. For Rolando Delgado and Jeremy Lade. Keep it right here. We will be back.
All right, my name is Stephanie Wheeler, and I'm the head coach for the women's wheelchair basketball team. I will be starting my 16th season as head coach this coming season. I am a two-time Paralympic gold medalist as a player. I won gold in Athens 2004 and in Beijing 2008 as an athlete. And then I coached our team in 2016 to the gold medal at the Rio Paralympic Games. So I help our student athletes with their holistic development in quite a few ways, actually. I think one, they come here to be athletes, and so the bulk of what we do is their development on court. We work every single day with their athletic development, whether they're a novice to the game or whether they are a more experienced player and they're a national team player. So I get an opportunity to work with them every single day on court. That not only encompasses their athletic skills, but that's where we also teach a lot of our leadership skills, how to be a leader, how to be a follower, how to ensure that you're being a supportive teammate. So that's also something that we take pride in, that we do really well here. Is it's not just about basketball while we're on the court. We talk about leadership skills. We talk about how to be a great teammate. We also talk a lot about character skills on court. So I think those three things play a huge role into the holistic development of our student athletes. You can't just be on court and be focused on yourself and your own development. Your teammates are important, and who you are as a person is important. And I actually think that's probably the most important thing that we do, is help them grow as people, to become more resilient people, to become more determined people, to become more responsible people, whatever character skills we are working on. So on court, that's kind of what we encompass there. Off court, we work on some of those things too, and I also think that we play a big role in their academic development as well. We do check-ins. I do weekly check-ins with the student athletes on their academic progress, because I want to make sure that they understand that I care about what they're doing in the classroom, and that they understand that it's an important piece of what they do. So I think if you could distill down everything that we do, it's we focus in on the academics, we take care of the athletics on court, and then we focus on who you are as a person. All right, I wanted to be a coach for a number of reasons. One, I love wheelchair basketball. I love the sport of wheelchair basketball. I love everything about it. And as I was getting to the end of my playing career, I didn't want to be without basketball in my life. And so any opportunity to coach, I was going to take it. And so when this opportunity became available at Illinois, there was no question in my mind that I wanted to come back home and be a part of this legacy at Illinois. So I love wheelchair basketball. It's a great sport. I also love teaching, and every single day that I get to be on court with our student athletes and I get to teach them, whether it's basketball skills, life skills, whatever it might be, is a great day. So, if I can be involved in wheelchair basketball and I can teach, I couldn't ask for a better day. The other reason that I got involved in coaching is because I had two phenomenal coaches myself. Mike Frogley when I was a student athlete here at Illinois, and Ron Likens when I competed on the national team. And they had such a profound influence on my life and who I am as a person. To this day, I still call them up and rely on them, that I wanted to have the same impact on the student athletes that were coming through our program. At Illinois here, we have a great legacy of incredible student athletes to graduate from our program and go on to do amazing things. And, if I can play a small part in that, continuing that legacy of helping to graduate amazing student athletes, then, again, it's a great day. So anytime I can give back and do the things for our current student athletes that my coaches did for me, then I hope I'm having the impact on them that my coaches had on me. I love graduation day. It's such a culmination of everything that our student athletes have learned from the time they stepped on campus as freshmen to the time that they're leaving us and leaving the nest and going on to do all of the wonderful things that they're going to do. So graduation day is super special. But I think it's kind of hard to distill down the favorite part of the job, because I think there are moments that happen every single day that remind me why this job is so cool and why I'm so lucky. From being on court one day and seeing the light bulb pop for a student athlete on a particular skill that they've been working on and they finally get it, or to see an athlete come to my office door and say, hey, remember that test I had? Yeah, I crushed it, I got an A on it. Or to help them navigate something that's challenging in their life, a difficult situation. and to see them grow as a person because of, you know, how they navigated that. All of those are incredible moments, and those little things happen every day. And so it's really hard to pick out like favorite moments or favorite things or something like that. But I think that's the favorite part of my job. It's just the everyday piece of, you get to see this growth bit by bit, day by day, moment by moment, actually, for each of our student athletes. And you know, what a privilege it is to get to be that intimately involved in someone's life. What do I like to do for fun? Well, I bought a record player last summer, and I have recently gotten into listening to records. And so like in my free time, you can probably find me at one of our local record stops, digging for records, and then taking them back home and spending some time with them. So I've really been enjoying that recently. You know, I love sports in general, so I love going to sporting events. I love watching sporting events, you know, getting out to any of our Illini sporting events, or if I can get to any like WNBA games or anything like that. I love watching sports. And then I love just relaxing, spending time with my wife, you know, doing something that's just where I can kind of shut down and turn off, have a nap every now and again. It's something I enjoy doing. So yeah, I don't know, you can catch me at a record shop, a sporting event, or on my couch.
Push. Go, Josh, go, hit it hard. Come on, push. There you go, push.
So this is a pretty cool new collaboration between, you know, my lab, the Disability Movement Biomechanics Laboratory, the Department of Health and Kinesiology, and DRES, the Division of Disability Resources and Educational Services here on campus. This testing that we're doing today and with them is, you know, it's pretty cool, pretty novel, in that we're doing some human performance testing with our wheelchair athletes on campus. For the first 3 weeks of this fall semester, we'll be having the men's wheelchair basketball student athletes, women's wheelchair basketball student athletes, and the men and women wheelchair track and road racing teams. We have basically kind of four tests or four stations that we have set up. One is for motion testing, so that's marker-based motion capture, so we put a lot of little reflective markers all over our athletes, and we just track their motion. And what's important here is we're able to get really high accuracy and very precise measurements of upper body motion, which for manual wheelchair users and wheelchair athletes is really important. The other stations that we have, one is strength testing. So unlike in a weight room, a conventional weight room, where you're just lifting weights, that's important too, but here we're actually able to put high accuracy and precise values, measurements with that. Our third station is musculoskeletal ultrasound, so we're scanning the right and left shoulders of the rotator cuff tendons. And also in that station, we're doing body composition scanning, where we're getting measures of their percent body fat, percent lean mass, and also some measures of percent bone mineral content, which we can use to estimate bone health as well. And then the last station, we're asking them to fill out some surveys and some questionnaires related to shoulder health, function, quality of life, a lot of different kind of bigger picture items related to their overall health and wellness. And so we used those data, those responses from them to kind of associate those with some of the data that we're seeing in the other stations to have a better big picture understanding of these individuals and of their shoulder health overall.
Physically, like me on the outside, like I'm like pretty muscular, not in my hoodie, but it was just cool to see like ultrasound, for example. You could like get in there and like see your actually the fibers of your muscle. Like it was pretty cool to see like that kind of stuff. But it was cool to see like the way like athletes see themselves like on the outside, but also like on the inside.
I mean, the risk in general of injuries is pretty high just from like the strain that you're going through all the time. And I mean, it's hard work, especially in the shoulders, and also like your elbows and your wrists and everything are getting constant work, so much more than the body was built for. I think I'm interested in like the progression over time, how the way your muscles and tendons and all that just kind of evolve through how the time that you spend like exercising, or the different variables in your health. I mean, I just want to see how those things change throughout your time, yeah.
We were real excited when Dr. Hanks came to campus because he had that experience with wheelchair athletics, and we wanted to bring that into the university wheelchair athletics. His research that he's doing, it will give me information to be able to look at it and say, okay, someone's having this type of injury, this is what the research results came back with, and see if there's a relationship between that.
So like the ultrasound scans that they were using today is very basis on like preventative measures, like seeing how the body is reacting as a way to diagnose something before it actually becomes an issue. So if we had these scans as a baseline test their freshman year, and then we had them every year, maybe we start to pick up on something that would normally develop that we wouldn't know about, but now we have technology that we can pick up on those earlier on. Just having this testing here on campus is going to be astronomical to what it does to our programs. We already have dozens of athletes representing a variety of countries in the Paralympics right now, and what is this going to do to bring in even more on campus?
So I think I'm just excited for where this can go. Like if you look at our theme and our motto as wheelchair athletics, we're creating the best human beings as a whole. We're not just looking at a student athlete from the athlete part of things. We're looking at how are we going to help set you up, not only while you're here, but for the rest of your life to be in the best shape you can be, to live the best and fullest life that you can live.
No matter where you are or where you're going, we can't wait to see what you do next. Thanks for another great year at Illinois.
From harnessing the transformative power of computing and data sciences, to discovering new ways for environmental and agricultural sustainability, to opening new pathways for better patient care and medical discovery using AI. At Illinois, we develop and deliver ideas that positively impact the world.
Welcome back to the start of the second half of the matchup between University of Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks and CUNY Beavers as the Warhawks lead 41-23. Jeremy, did you like what you see in the first half between both the teams?
Yeah, I think both teams showed some signs of talent and skill. I think both teams have a couple of things that they still can be working on here in the second half. UW Whitewater has to find their identity when they don't have A.J. Fitzpatrick in their lineup. We see the second half starting with A.J. on the bench and not a great start to their offense here.
Yep, indeed, as the Warhawks Get caught with a baseline out of bounds violation.
CUNY had multiple possessions. They looked really good when the basketball moves and they make Whitewater defend. They had too many possessions where they looked stagnant. There was a good example of the ball moving and them getting a great look from the paint.
And Sing Hill with 2. And I think the Beavers will try to get out to a hot start in the second half, as they did get out to a slow start in the first half, and a hot start would really do wonders for them. Gallagher hits it for 2.
Kenyel Gonzalez got the back pick on that offensive set, making sure they had a defender on the attack for the 5-on-4. Patrick Gallagher was a recipient of a nice pass, able to knock it down, but that all stemmed from the back pick.
Turnover by Shelton. W Warhawks ball. Oh. Player down. Ball is out of bounds, so no need. Hold up play. And we will resume play. Gallagher will inbound.
This gives us a great look at Whitewater using their chair skills, which is going to lead to how they attack on offense. Right now, they're going to wait for the ball to pass these 2 back picks, and then they're going to attack with a either 5-on-3 or 5-on-4.
Simeon brings the ball up. Potentially looking for somebody. Finds Gallagher down. Low. Gallagher for 2. It seems like Gallagher might play a little bit of the role that Fitzpatrick played for the Warhawks in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. He finishes really well. He's a big target. When you talk about bringing your action into the paint, you want to be throwing into a big target.
No good by the Beavers. Caleb Roach bringing the ball up. Caleb Roach inside, finding Gorecki. Gorecki for 2.
Caleb Roach had options for days. Could have went left to Patrick Gallagher. He could have taken the shot himself. He decides to go no-look pass on the right. Zach Gorecki with a really nice finish on that one.
And it'll be a timeout for CUNY. It'll be a full timeout as we will look to bring it back. Keep it right here.
Popcorn Shop is a unique popcorn treat and candy shop serving specialty sweet treats to the Champaign-Urbana community.
Yeah, so our research investigates shoulder health and function in manual wheelchair users and wheelchair athletes across the lifespan. Our goal is to educate our students and student athletes about their bodies and maximize their health-related quality of life, not just at the University of Illinois, but beyond campus life as well. So I love the human body. I love how it functions, and I love how it adapts.
Welcome back from the timeout. About 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Wisconsin Whitewater up 47 to CUNY Beavers 25 as the Beavers and Shelton brings the ball across half court. Looking to come out of the timeout hot. Shelton finding a cross court. St. Remy finding Aziz So. Aziz So moving it. Shelton back to Aziz So, and Aziz So for 2 and 1.
Caleb Roach getting caught sleeping a little bit on defense, taking things a little bit for granted, and CUNY able to make him pay by cutting to the basket when he was sleeping.
And that's really where I think the Beavers can start to try to chip away at this game, and at this lead is just ball movement, finding easy looks for 2. As Aziz So good with the N1.
And we discussed UW Whitewater without AJ in their lineup is a different team. They're different on defense. They're different on offense. CUNY has to look at this as an opportunity to attack and cut into this lead, try to win the quarter, try to win possessions instead of focusing on winning the game.
And it does start with defense, and committing fouls like that, the fouls will start to add up quickly during the second half. Got to be stout on defense. Caleb Roach cross court to Kenyel Gonzalez. Kenyel Gonzalez, working baseline outside again. Looking for somebody to feed it to, finding Caleb Roach on the other side of the court, far left side. Caleb Roach finding Simeon, down to Gorecki. Gorecki not able to secure the pass. Kenyel Gonzalez as the shot clock runs out.
We saw a couple of UW Whitewater athletes with some cuts. Patrick Gallagher got into the paint. Zach Gorecki got into the paint. But that passing isn't crisp, not necessarily accurate. They missed a couple of those cuts because their head were down. That's that not having A.J. Fitzpatrick effect on the court.
And just as I said, it starts with stout defense, and the Beavers having a good defensive possession there. As Shelton has an open shot. Top of the key, no good. Gorecki with the rebound. Gorecki bringing it near side. Gorecki moving, Gorecki finding Simeon. Simeon near the free throw line to Caleb Roach. Caleb Roach working around, looking for a shot, finds a shot, no good. Singhill with the rebound, Singhill to Ziso. Ziso bringing it up the court.
If you're CUNY, that's what you want to force Whitewater to do right now is shoot outside shots. They've spent the entire game shooting layups from the paint. Make them chuck it from the cheap seats and see if they can knock it down from outside.
Shelton, no good. Gallagher bringing up the court. Almost looked like he was looking for a pass, but decided to keep it. Pushing it. CUNY Beavers tried to stop him there, but Gallagher again with two.
We saw CUNY leave Kenyel Gonzalez because he's less of a threat than Patrick Gallagher. And what Kenyel Gonzalez did is he sealed the defender so that he couldn't get to Patrick Gallagher. That's a great usage, a heads-up play for Kenyel Gonzalez. Patrick Gallagher gets the points in the scorebook, but in my mind, Kenyel deserves those 2 points.
Of course. And we have St. Remy good for three.
St. Remy for three.
That might be the most air St. Remy has seen. He had a lot of pressure in the first half, able to take advantage of a little bit of space that Whitewater were taking a nap if they forgot he was the #1 threat, but making him pay.
Caleb Roach looking for Gallagher down low, and Gallagher once, no good, twice, no good, but gets the foul. Looks like it'll be a foul on CUNY Beavers. McGuire.
10, Jack McGuire of CUNY.
And McGuire will check out.
Second.
Alex Freezer will check in for him.
Patrick Gallagher to the line.
Gallagher is at the line. Gallagher's first free throw good. Gallagher's second free throw offline.
Nice job by St. Remy boxing out, using his chair, securing that rebound.
St. Remy to Roger Shelton. Shelton finding McGuire. The far side of the court, far right side that is. McGuire back to Roger Shelton. Shelton finding McGuire, back to McGuire. McGuire with the shot. No good, just blanks in and out. Gallagher with the rebound. Gallagher bringing it up the court. Gallagher weaving his way through the Beavers defense. Initially, then eventually gets stopped by Esau and Shelton. Gallagher still looking. Gallagher with the ball. Gallagher finding Gorecki down low, and Gorecki no good. It's such a clean look, but it is no good.
Great look at a pick and roll there for UW Whitewater. Zach doing an awesome job setting that pick when the defensive pressure went over the top to chase Patrick Gallagher. He had the roll to the hoop, unable to finish, but it was a great look and a great attack for UW Whitewater.
McGuire on the far side looking for somebody. He eventually just settles for the shot. No good. Gorecki going to let that go out of bounds. It'll be Whitewater ball. And here comes in Fitzpatrick once again. This will be Fitzpatrick's first minutes of the second half. About 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Fitzpatrick will inbound the ball. It'll be Cameron Poole taking up the court for, Cameron Poole back to Fitzpatrick to take it up the court. Fitzpatrick, far side. Fitzpatrick again as the primary ball handler, finding Gallagher. Gallagher no good, but gets the foul once again.
UW Whitewater looking organized with the first play of having AJ Fitzpatrick. You notice he has his head up when he's handling that basketball. Got Patrick Gallagher, the basketball at the right time, accurately setting him up for the finish, and they had to foul Patrick Gallagher.
As Gallagher's no good on his first free throw. It feels like if they keep Gallagher and Fitzpatrick on the court at the same time, that'll be what we see for most of this game. Fitzpatrick feed to Gallagher.
What you're going to see from the rest of the lineup for UW Whitewater is picking and sealing and trying to set up for some good looks for those guys. Be ready for Noah Simeon. He's able to knock down that shot from the free throw line if CUNY decides to bring some help to stop Patrick and AJ.
It'll be important for the Beavers to try to adjust to that Whitewater offense. As McGuire on the far side finds across the court St. Remy. St. Remy going to work. McGuire calling for the ball. McGuire first with the shot. No good. Reaching in, trying to find something. Simeon with the tap out there to Kendall Gonzalez. Kendall Gonzalez feeds Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick thinking Gallagher finds him. It is good. It is good.
Patrick Gallagher using his chair to seal off the defender, creating a passing angle. AJ finding the right time to get the basketball in there.
Jamie Stanford in.
Whitewater making a sub as Gallagher subs out. Jamie Stanford in.
And now Keith Signo in for CUNY.
I believe there was a timeout called. There is a timeout. Wisconsin Whitewater. We will bring it back in a few minutes.
Year after year, from every corner of the globe.
From Toulouse, Luxembourg, Sydney, Monte Carlo,
Dubai. People come together to run for those who can't. A run for everyone, where the finish line chases you. On May 4th, watch the world unite again to find a cure for spinal cord injuries, one step at a time. The Wings for Life World Run 2025, live on Red Bull TV.
We are back from the timeout. About 3 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It'll be Beavers ball inbounding. It will be St. Remy bringing the ball up the court.
This gives us a really good look at the different styles of attack. CUNY not pushing the pace, not really attacking Whitewater's defense. On the other side, Whitewater is really pushing that pace and trying to break down the defense right away.
Here's Aziz finding St. Hill down low. St. Hill good for two. Here's Fitzpatrick bringing the ball up. Fitzpatrick potentially looking for an outlet pass. Nope, sells for the shot. It is good. 4-2.
AJ Fitzpatrick 4-2.
And it almost just feels like the Beavers are making it too easy for Fitzpatrick. Not even just Fitzpatrick, just with Whitewater as a whole. I feel like if you're going to try to chip into that lead, you can't allow easy looks like that.
Yeah, it's coming from transition, but it also comes from where we're at in the game. It's getting late in the game. CUNY doesn't have a lot of subs. We're talking about physical fatigue, which leads to mental fatigue, and then you start making mistakes like not finding that number one threat. Gets an easy look.
Oh, as Kendall Gonzalez able to force a turnover there, bringing the ball up the court. He will attempt a shot. No good. Jamie Stanford was there for the putback.
Stanford for two.
What a great effort from Kenyel Gonzalez, pushing the full length of the court. Didn't knock down the layup, but I love that effort right there. That was awesome. Jamie Stanford able to pick up the miss and put it back in.
Kenyel Gonzalez looking. Simeon, and we have Aziz down low. Aziz no good. Jamie Stanford there for the rebound. Jamie Stanford immediately looking up the court. Heading far side, finds Simeon at the top of the key. Simeon, no good. Cameron Poole with the rebound. Outlet to Stanford. Stanford to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick back to Stanford, and Stanford good for two once again.
Jamie Stanford for two.
See AJ Fitzpatrick delivering that basketball over the top and on the money. Jamie Stanford, the recipient of a great pass and able to finish that layup.
McGuire being the primary ball handler this time, feeding it to St. Remy.
You notice with Fitzpatrick in, St. Remy not getting that same three that he hit. The defensive intensity is picked up. They're quick to get to their number one threat.
Frazier was no good. Fitzpatrick got the tapped out rebound. Fitzpatrick bringing it up. This time, Beavers have got St. Remy back, or we will have a safety timeout, safety whistle, I should say. Correction.
In for CUNY, number 24, Roger Shelton.
Roger Shelton checking back into the game for.
In for number 10, Jack
McGuire.
McGuire.
You have Simeon looking to inbound the ball for the Warhawks. Fitzpatrick on the outside. Fitzpatrick, they're fighting. Daniel Gonzalez in there, setting him a screen. Fitzpatrick looking.
We see CUNY bringing 3 defenders over to stop AJ and Kenyel. That third defender that went over there is the one that left Noah Simeon. Noah Simeon knocks down the shot when the defender leaves.
And here is Shelton bringing up the ball. And naturally, that'll happen when you want to focus on one player, rightfully so, but it's going to leave other outlets open for other players to potentially get open looks.
And that's what it takes for a team to really be a threat. We're talking about March Madness. Is you're going to need some players to come in and contribute. As good as any one player can be, it's not going to happen with 1-on-5. You need some help from your teammates, whether it's on defense or offense. That's what we're seeing from Whitewater, really an ability to score in multiple ways and from multiple people.
And for the end of the third quarter, Wisconsin, for the Warhawks, 61, and CUNY Beavers, 35. We'll be right back.
Performax signed me when I was 16 years old, before I accomplished anything in this sport. They were the first ones who believed in my capabilities, and I'll never be able to repay them for what they've given me. Not only from a product side of it, they believed in my potential before I even did. This is my way of giving back to their organization and their grassroots program.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. Warhawks 61, CUNY Beavers 35. Did not get a chance to mention this earlier, but University of Wisconsin-Whitewater in this game as they lost earlier to the UTA Mavs. There is a foul called. Looks like it'll be 2 shots for Shelton.
Foul number 45.
CUNY losing yesterday to Edinburgh Fighting Scots.
Credit to CUNY. They're a relatively new program coached by Ryan Martin, and they are doing a great job of providing opportunities. They have a men's team. They have a women's team. They've been nothing but growing and developing, obviously having a difficult time handling the offensive and defensive pressure that Whitewater is putting out there. But for a relatively new program, this is a great showing at the National Championship weekend.
Of course, well said, Jeremy. They get their own rebound. Shelton gets his own rebound, feeds it to Will, no good. Fed it to St. Remy. St. Remy was no good. Shelton gets the ball on a Whitewater turnover. Sing Hill finding a Ziso down low. Ziso finding St. Remy. St. Remy is good.
Chris St. Remy for 2.
That's a turnover that was followed by defense that didn't put a chair on him. Letting St. Remy, that's the easiest look he's going to see all day, and that's a product of defense losing focus.
Caleb Roach back in the game, bringing the ball for Whitewater, finding Gallagher down low. Gallagher
for 2.
Again, just too easy for Whitewater to find a player down low for the easy look.
The shot quality comparison is too wide of a range to think that CUNY is going to be able to hang in there. All of Whitewater's shots coming from the paint, coming from their height, high percentage shots. CUNY has to pick up their defensive pressure to make it more difficult on Whitewater.
And not to their credit, it's not for a lack of effort. It almost just seems like Whitewater has been better in transition. They've been able to just find the open guys. Shelton, no good. Gallagher with the rebound. See, here you go with Whitewater pushing up the court. Once again, they've got numbers. Gallagher with the fake and the hits.
Not only does Patrick Gallagher have the pass fake, Caleb Roach, instead of just giving up on that play, ends up setting the pick, which allowed Patrick Gallagher to get that nice look in a 3-on-1 situation.
Gallagher with a good stop. Shelton at half court. Shelton was able to find a Z-So, though Z-So finding St. Remy. St. Remy was able to find off of a tip, Sing Hill outside to a Z-So. A Z-So, no good. And that's kind of been the story for the Beavers, having to force a shot on the outside. It's hasn't been at a very high clip so far this game. Gallagher down low.
Gallagher came off of that pick, came off a little hot. You can see him apologize. Should have came off that pick ready to bounce stop and control his chair. He was thinking bucket the entire time, had the basketball up in the air, and ended up running into the defender, getting an offensive foul call.
Immediately spun around with a big smile on his face because he knew.
It was the look of a guilty man.
Yep. But he's out there having fun as Shelton finds Frazier down low.
That's a great touch pass for St. Remy, knowing that he's going to get a bunch of defensive pressure, seeing the defense left, and he was able to put it in a spot where his teammate could get an easy layup.
Frazier tried to squeeze in there.
Foul on number 2, Alex Frazier, his second. First of the quarter for the team.
Whitewater's ball on the inbound. Daniel Gonzalez will inbound it. Caleb Roach. Bringing the ball. He was going to try to get set up here on defense. Kendall Gonzalez at the free throw line. No good. Shelton with the rebound.
We can see UW Whitewater's bench really wanting Ken Yell to be able to score in this game. They know how much effort he puts for everybody else to score. It's nice to be able to see his name in the scorebooks.
Yep. As St. Remy will have the ball at the baseline. St. Remy's good.
Chris St. Remy for 2.
Once again, not one of the best looks, but he was able to land at that time, able to hit it.
He's got a soft touch, a fadeaway. That's a good look for St. Remy.
Yeah. Caleb Roach to Gallagher good for 2.
Gallagher for 2.
CUNY is making this a battle at the block instead of a battle to the block. They have to make it more difficult for Whitewater to get in the paint.
I believe it'll be another timeout here. We will be right back.
I'm Susanna Scaroni. I am a registered dietitian as well as a wheelchair racer here at the University of Illinois. I'm excited to act as the registered dietitian for the wheelchair basketball team and share what I know about nutrition. Within my role, I support the wheelchair basketball players in choosing a variety of food sources, trying to aim for food first approaches, having a good foundation of knowledge, so knowing what proteins, carbs, and fats are and what they do, and knowing that they're not just athletes, that they're students and they're humans, and hoping to support them as they just reach their potential. From a young age, I've been really fascinated with how different food.
Welcome back from the timeout. Wisconsin Whitewater up 67 to the CUNY Beavers 42. About 6 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the fourth.
And coming out of this timeout, CUNY wants to take advantage of opportunities. They want to start winning possessions. Winning the game is out of reach at this point, but you want to put a string together of multiple good possessions. Whitewater is after the same thing. Opportunity continue to grow as a team.
Gallagher looking to force it inside. Feeding Kenyon Gonzalez across the court. Kenyon Gonzalez, no good. Similar to what the Wisconsin Whitewater finds in Gallagher and Fitzpatrick, it almost feels like Chris St. Remy has been able to hit shots at a higher clip. And here he is, St. Remy, as I was just saying, good for 2. Feels like they should at least, try to chip away at this lead. There might be too little too late at this point, but if they want to try, St. Remy might be the player to go to for them to run that offense through.
Absolutely. He shoots the ball well enough. He's a big target. Definitely has the ability to help string some possessions together for CUNY.
Here's Gonzalez. Whitewater looking to get Gonzalez some points. Frazier was able to interfere, tap that out of bounds. It'll be Whitewater ball. Just as you said, Jeremy, it looks like they're trying to get Gonzalez into that box score.
Must be working on some clock issues.
I was going to say this might be an official's timeout. A bit confused there as to what was happening, but
They brought the shot clock from 20 down to 12.
okay.
Limited time for Whitewater's attack right now.
Gonzalez looking for a shot. Gonzalez, no good, just off the rim. As it'll be Beavers ball. Whitewater players looking disappointed. They really are looking to get Gonzalez a couple points here in the fourth quarter. Shelton bringing the ball up the court for the Beavers. Shelton looking for St. Remy, almost looked like, and he finds St. Remy. St. Remy came and got the ball. St. Remy just outside the three-point line. Finds Shelton, back to Shelton. Shelton fakes it to St. Remy, goes to St. Remy now.
We see Zach Gorecki giving lots of chair pressure on St. Remy. Zach Gorecki, really the defensive leader here for the Warhawks. His chair skills are impressive. He communicates, does a great job motivating his teammates. He's a fantastic leader for this Warhawk program. He came through the LWSRA Hawks program, a great junior and men's program for wheelchair basketball, and certainly a huge asset to this UW Whitewater program.
Great story as the Wisconsin Warhawks, Whitewater Wisconsin Warhawks will bring a new 5 on. Nope, not new 5. It looks like it'll be 4. 4 out on the court, with Gonzalez being the only player staying on. As time runs down here.
For the Warhawks.
St. Remy good from 3. A stationary 3 in wheelchair basketball is not easy to shoot, and he made that one look effortless, and it shows his ability to score.
He has really been a standout for the Beavers here, especially in the second half. Gonzalez, no good.
Whitewater running the double screen there, making it really difficult to bring some defensive pressure on Kenyel Gonzalez.
Whitewater able to get their own rebound. Gonzalez once again with another shot. No good.
Kenyel Gonzalez, a product of New York, played for the New York Rolling Knicks, traveling all the way to UW Whitewater in Wisconsin to work towards his undergraduate degree.
Careless turnover there by the Beavers. Simeon. Looks like it was a little bit of a too hasty of an inbound. Whitewater inbound once again. Fitzpatrick telling the crowd they got to get him a bucket. What do you think, Jeremy?
I hope Kenyel gets a basket too. He's been working hard this whole weekend. He's been putting in lots of effort. Has the ability to score.
And the crowd goes wild as Kenyel Gonzalez is good for 2. Smiles all around the arena for Kenyel Gonzalez as the CUNY Beavers bring it back up the court. McGuire finding St. Remy. St. Remy down low to Shelton. That was a good feed. Shelton no good, just could not finish there.
And that was Kenny's first basket that he's going to get in the scorebook. But as I said earlier, all of the steals and everything he's been set up, as he's gotten more points for the Warhawks than those 2 points that he just put in.
And he was close there, was not able to finish. As they turned it over to McGuire on the Beavers, finding down low. Lance Lee. We've not seen much of Lance Lee in this game so far. Good to see him out there getting some minutes. And here is the Warhawks, specifically Jamie Stanford, who is back in the game. Almost looking for Daniel Gonzalez, finds Kenny Gonzalez. All back.
Kenny had to reach pretty far back to go get that pass. You do notice on basketball wheelchairs, they got some wheels in the back that prevent you from tipping over, but they only work so well. If you ate too much weight going too quickly, you will see some athletes fall over their backrest sometimes.
It was a good effort by Gonzalez to try to corral that ball in.
Who has been a crowd favorite this game.
Especially in the last few minutes. Here we go, we have Shelton bringing the ball. Inbounding the ball, I should say, to St. Remy. St. Remy bringing the ball up the court. St. Remy finding McGuire. McGuire calling for a screen. He gets it. McGuire not able to find a shot there. Still looking for a shot. Finds the shot, no good. It'll be Jamie Stanford bringing the ball up after getting the rebound. Finds Fitzpatrick in transition. Are the Warhawks. CUNY Beavers able to stop him there, specifically St. Remy and Shelton. Gonzalez for two, no good off the bank. Was able to get his own rebound though. And he's going for three. No good. But he gets the foul. Throughout this tournament, I want to say that might be the first foul on a three-point attempt that I've seen.
We see the defender there again trying to stop Kenyell from, he was using his foot plate. Anytime you're using the front of your chair to play defense, the referee, it's usually a signal that it's going to be a chair foul in that spot. There, we see Kenyell Gonzalez getting fouled from behind the line, going to be shooting 3 free throws.
3 free throws for number 3. First one is no good. Gonzalez, free throw number 2. It is good off the bank. Was fouled on the three-point attempt, so he gets a third free throw here. It is no good, and it'll go out of bounds. The Beavers will let that go out.
We do get a good look at UW Whitewater, how they kind of approach the game, how much fun they're having. I know it's different when you're up, but they're really showing a lot of respect for Kenyell and all the effort. It's an opportunity for him to score in a game. He doesn't get a lot of opportunity to score, but he really puts forth a lot of effort so that Whitewater is successful. So it's fun to see him get an opportunity.
Yeah, Jeremy, and this is really what sport's all about. Finding that, maybe that workhorse on the team that everyone appreciates. Trying to let him have some fun out there. Jamie Stanford finds Poole. Poole to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick looking around. Fitzpatrick finding Gonzalez. He's able to draw the defense away. Gonzalez, no good. If I were a betting man, I might say Gonzalez might take all the shots the rest of the game for the Warhawks. St. Remy was able to find Lee down low. Lance Lee, that is. It's no good. Rebound by Stanford. Stanford bring the ball up. Stanford may just let the shot clock run down a bit. I believe the Warhawks will, as they are up by 23 points, 70-47.
And again, credit to CUNY, relatively new program out here having a really good showing at the NIWBT here in Champaign, Illinois. And it's, doesn't feel great for them right now because obviously UW Whitewater having a pretty solid game against them. But for a relatively new program, they're doing great. UW Whitewater stayed really consistent the entire game. We saw a lot of transition. We saw a lot of ball movement. They did a good job finding the threats for CUNY. Really did what they needed to do to win this game.
As Lansley was no good, Fitzpatrick gets the rebound, and we'll let the game clock run out. That is, as that brings us to the end of this game. University of Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks 70, the CUNY Beavers 47. For Rolando Delgado with my partner Jeremy Lade, we will wrap